Girl, let's get real. Some pads are just diapers with a good PR team, but not the new Kotex BioCare. That's because Kotex BioCare helps defend against odor and irritants. And it's the first and only pad with this pH proactive system that helps optimize the pad's pH. Just think of it as self-care for down there. Check out Kotex.com for more details on the all-new Kotex, completely redesigned to meet your needs. You asked, we heard.
FAN. Hi, now you can see me. I turned the camera on. And today I want to quickly hit on some Yankees stuff, some Mets stuff, some Home Run Derby, MLB All-Star stuff. I will also be down in Philly from Sunday to Tuesday for the MLB All-Star game. Fanatics Fest. Like, my schedule for the next 10 days is so packed with things. I'm blessed, honestly. But it's going to be crazy. I don't know when I'm going to sleep. And I don't really care about sleeping. It's the summer. You're only young once. And I'm blessed to get after it. So, yeah, we'll hit some Yankees conversation, a little bit of the Mets conversation, and then a couple things in the MLB All-Star Game, Home Run Derby, as well as some NBA stuff. And then last but not least, one or two things from the NFL. So we are already 2 minutes and 24 seconds in. So without further ado, episode 333, 3, 2, 1. The Keith McPherson Show starts now. Hello. Let's do another one quickly. Just me here. That's another thing. Now that it's named the Keith McPherson Show, I don't need a guest every time. And I'm not really trying to book guests like I was booking. I'll say this about booking guests. I wasted so many bullets on the last show. Think about that. If you're watching the last show that I was doing from April, May, June to now, I wasted so many bullets on booking my friends, my network, my guests. Mind you, everybody that was booked was, it was probably 90% me, maybe 95, 99% people that were booked through me. I think maybe one person. But what I'm saying is I can do this by myself. I can talk about every sport, every athlete, every news story, every topic perfectly fine. I like to add someone as a guest, and usually you add someone as a guest to, share their expertise on something that maybe they have more knowledge in than you. But I can do this perfectly fine by myself. And again, this is going to be an abbreviated version of this show today because I got somewhere to go. And then I will do a long show on WFAN from like 7:30 to midnight tomorrow night, Saturday, July 11th. After the Yankee game. I will not be at any of the Jay-Z shows. And it's kind of funny, man. Like, I think when the Jay-Z concert went out there, are you guys going to see Jay-Z? I think when everything went out there, I was kind of at first just like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go. I'm not going to buy a ticket at first, but I'm going to go. It's at Yankee Stadium, right? I miss Bad Bunny. I'm going to go to that. But I'd rather work. I'd rather go and make money. I'd rather go and do 3 different things that I'm doing this weekend versus go and drink and go to Yankee Stadium and watch Jay-Z perform. And then I also feel like I'm aging out of it. Go blow the dust off your tracks. Hey, go blow the dust off your tracks. Like, I mean, even though I'm washed and I did grow up with Hov, I grew up with Jay-Z. I don't know. Like, I'm not running back to like relive the last 30 years of Jay-Z, if that makes any sense to anybody in the chat, anybody that's watching from home. Like, I'm not that nostalgia for me. I don't listen to Hov like that anymore. Hov was the soundtrack to my life when I was like a teenager, but like high school ended. And by the time high school ended for me, I was listening to Drizzy Drake, and they're kind of at odds right now. And not for nothing. I know a couple things about a couple things. You know, the jig is up. Hove look a little different to me, but that's just me speaking. I don't need to go spend money. I'm not beasting to go put on an outfit. I'm not really trying to go see Jay-Z perform. I'm going to go work. I'm going to go do things to make money and keep growing my opportunities and relationships and everything else. And I can't wait to show you guys some of the things that are coming up. So, man, let's get into it right now. We'll start with the Yankees. Speaking of Jay-Z and Yankee Stadium, I think the first thing I wanted to hit on was the Anthony Volpe story that popped up this week that was not true. So let's cut to that. Let me get my headphones. And I obviously know what was said, and I'm going to give you my take and opinion on it. But for anybody that missed it or anyone that needs a refresher, let's go to Michael K. Shout out to the Kster. I did not text K about this, but I meant to because I loved what he did. He took ownership for being wrong. He went on his own platform, and he spoke about it all week. And then he even took shots at the curmudgeons that live anonymously on Twitter, and I love that. Because people are always telling me, oh, ignore them, Keith. Oh, don't stoop down to their level. Don't respond to people on Twitter. Okay, if Michael K can do it on his platform, and he never calls anybody out by name, but if Michael K can read tweets on his platform from people that are disparaging him and take shots at them, then anybody can. So here is Michael K earlier in the week with this Anthony Volpe controversy and story that popped up.
So he has not played great at shortstop. And the one thing that he's done, and I'm not sure that it's done, but there have been enough people that have told me that it was done, that when he was in the minor leagues, the Yankees said, maybe you should play some shortstop. And he allegedly said, no, I'm a shortstop. Maybe you should play some second base. And he said, no, I'm a shortstop. That's not a good look if it happened.
Okay. So stop right there, right? Michael K didn't say that with any type of conviction. He didn't even get it out correctly. Let's play it again. Because some of you ran with this, and this is what pisses me off about where we are right now. There's so many thirsty content creators in the Yankee universe that just ran with this and said, get this kid off the team. Anthony Volpe sucks. How dare he? And then you compared him to Gleyber Torres and Aroldis Chapman and other players like Rafael Devers. Stop. Just stop. Go back and listen to K right here. Not even clearly articulate this, and K is very articulate. He stumbles over his words a little bit. He doesn't even get it out. So, I'm going to play this again, and then I'm going to go right back to where he tripped over what he was even trying to say.
So he has not played great at shortstop. And the one thing that he's done, and I'm not sure that it's done, but there have been enough people that have told me that it was done, that when he was in the minor leagues, the Yankees said, maybe you should play some shortstop. And he allegedly said, no, I'm a shortstop. Maybe you should play some second base. And he
right
said,
there.
no, I'm a shortstop. That's not a good look.
Okay. So K himself covered his own tracks. That's not a good look if it happened. He used the word allegedly. He didn't even get it out correctly when talking about shortstop versus second base. And then he said when Anthony Volpe was in the minors. When? In 2022? When? Earlier this season? I'm pretty sure he was talking about earlier this season. But how come we didn't hear anything about that? How come we didn't hear anything about that? Sorry. How come we didn't catch that back in, May, April? Because it wasn't true. And the little bit that I think I know about Anthony Volpe, when I heard that, I didn't make a single post about it because I'm like, okay, he said, she said, Michael K is a trusted source. But the way that K said it, he didn't say it with conviction or certainty. He did not say it like it was just the absolute truth and facts that he got from someone in the know. It was like a hearsay type of thing. And what I know about Volpe is he loves the Yankees. His family, they love the Yankees. He came up a Yankee fan. This kid would do anything for the team. And then he came out and said so much. K apologized. K walked it back. And who didn't walk it back was Joel Sherman, because I believe Joel Sherman said it before Michael K, that Volpe didn't want to play any other position. Okay. And I get that because he is a shortstop, but why did we not hear anything about it? Here's what I said about it. I don't know if I said it on this last show on episode 2 or if I said it on the radio or wherever I was. When Volpe was in the lineup with George Lombard, right, in the minors, we saw Volpe at short. We saw Lombard play second and play third. Lombard moves. He plays second. He plays short. He plays third. I thought it was interesting then that you see Lombard move around and Volpe just be in one spot. How come they didn't try Lombard at short, maybe Volpe as so maybe this story would have came up then. It didn't come up then, so whatever. All I'll say is you guys that hate Anthony Volpe, that want to see him just fail, I don't believe you're actually Yankee fans. And I get it, because some of you are going to push back and say, we are fans. He sucks. We want the best player to play. Listen, he is drafted by them, developed by them, homegrown. They're not done with him. Maybe he plays second base next year when they move on from Jazz. But this year, man, he is playing shortstop, and I get it. You have Max Schumann that could play shortstop. Most of you want Caballero to play shortstop. But the last thing I'll say about all of it is that is not why the Yankees are losing. That is not the root of the Yankees' problems. The Yankees' problems are around the fact that they could not hit. They got shut out, right? They got shut out 3-0 2 days ago. Brian Hoke reported that the Yankees were 5-15 since June 18th, the worst record in MLB over that span. They scored 56 runs. That was also an MLB worst. You need some more stats about how trash can they were, that like you can't put this all on Volpe. Talking Yanks put out that the Yankees have gone 20 straight games without scoring more than 5 runs in a game for just the 7th time in franchise history. The last 2 occurrences were 1991 and 1968. They're the only team in MLB this year to go that long without scoring 6 runs in a game. They just set a record, back-to-back games, 34 strikeouts, 17 strikeouts in a game. They were terrible this week, but all in all, they were able to salvage a split. All in all, the season is not over. The division is not lost. And they came out with this lineup right here. And when I saw this lineup, I said, good. Trent Grisham leading off in center field. Ben Rice batting second. DH Jason Dominguez out in right field. And Jason Dominguez, I know, it has been an issue with him out there in the outfield. It's going to be a journey. It's going to be whatever. But right here, boom, Cody Bellinger at first base. Cody Bellinger is the main culprit as far as the Yankees' struggles. He makes so much money this first year on the Yankees. He can't be such a zero. He can't be an automatic out dud. He has got to be better. But when I saw that they put him at first base, I said, good, because the night before I said, he's fried, man. He's burnt out. And so get him out of that big outfield, get him off that turf running, and put him at first base. And you know what? It worked. It worked. Max Schumann out there in left field, that guy diving all over the place. That guy just loves to hit his chest and stomach on the turf. But then Ryan McMahon, mama, there goes that McMahon. Ryan McMahon had a 12-pitch at bat that might be looked at as the turning point of the season, right? The Yankees are able to go into the deciding game of the series against Tampa with a bullpen game and facing Drew Rasmussen, who's owned them, who had like a .89 ERA against the Yankees. And, you know, after they won and after they rallied and after they hit home runs and after they did what they had to do, they asked Aaron Boone about it, and he said, that's baseball, Susan. That's baseball, Susan. And you know, I want to give some credit to Brian Cashman for showing up, because Brian Cashman does what he does, right? He pops up in the dugout and he meets the media. When things are going that bad, he does not duck smoke. He's down there with the team and he meets the media. And let's play what Cash said, and then we'll talk about some of the injuries and you know, where we are with the Yankees, and then we'll move on quickly to the Mets and some other things. Again, I got to pick up the pace here. I am probably leaving the house in like half an hour, 40 minutes to go to Mitchell and Ness and do a live stream over there. And yeah, let's hit Cash real quick. Just, you know, what I feel like is Cashman showing up. It's the next closest thing to the owner showing up, right? We mean business right now. Cash showing up, everybody better be on their P's and Q's, better cross their T's and dot their I's. So here's Cashman speaking quickly.
Not playing well on all sides of it. You know, that's why we've got the record we've got during that time frame. So, you know, we came out of, I think it was Cleveland to Detroit, and into Boston, and ever since then we've been a different version of ourselves. So every day we're certainly hopeful that, you know, we can get back on track and start building more positive momentum. Obviously, it's a tough sport, tough game. I believe in, positivity and positive momentum, but I also believe that consequently, too, if you get going in the wrong direction, that can avalanche as well.
Yeah, you bet. So I just think Cashman showing up on that last game, you can say what you want about it. I know you guys hate Cashman. I know everybody's out to get Cashman this week. But Cashman showing up again reinforces that, like, yo, you guys could be traded in the next couple weeks before August 3rd. Like, nobody's safe around here. Some of you could be optioned. Some of you could be DFA'd. Like, you get paid millions of dollars to go out there and hit and throw and play defense. Do your jobs, right? So here are the updates that kind of stuck with me from Cashman. And I think these are the biggest things to take away on top of him speaking. First off, Giancarlo Stanton's calf injury while running the bases was not a setback. It was a completely new strain to the same calf. He has resumed running after a PRP injection, according to Brian Cashman. Now, let me remove this so I can look into the camera. I'm so done with Giancarlo Stanton. I appreciate what he has done in the postseason. It didn't lead to any type of World Series win. It led us to a World Series. I give him that for 2024. But this is an albatross. This trade is going to go down as a bad trade and a bad mark on this era. He's been here as long as Aaron Boone. And he's never available. And Cashman himself even said injuries are a part of his game in 2023. And people said, oh, he's been right every year. Stanton doesn't play for what he's paid and what he's expected to do for the team. I was a year ahead. I thought that we could buy him out next year. No. The Yankees are still on the hook for that money. It would be 2028 that they have the $10 million buyout. It's got to end. It's got to end. Dominguez got a DH. Ben Rice has got a DH. Both of those guys are DHs. They're not great in the field. Waiting on Stanton also gives us this false sense of like, they're hurt. They'll be better when Stanton comes back. We don't know that. We don't know that. So back to this. So like, I just think with Stanton, right, this guy can't even run. We're at the point where this guy is a professional baseball player. He can't run the bases. We don't ask him to play the outfield. I know they have in the past, but they're not going to ask him to do that anymore. What are we talking about, bro? Stanton is cooked. I'm good on it. Now, speaking of Judge is not cooked. Brian Cashman said the Yankees don't expect Aaron Judge's rib to be completely healed at this point, but they do hope he'll be able to increase activities. Cashman was quoted by saying, I don't think we're anticipating it's coming back clean. I think we're anticipating and hopeful that it's showing the healing process. So Aaron Judge will have his rib re-imaged during the All-Star break. And here's what I'll say about Judge, and then we'll get to Judge doing the arm signal for Rasmussen, and I'll cue that video up. Judge is injury prone, but Judge is going to come back. Judge can play through injury. Judge, I think, is best suited to just like, if this team can tread water, which they haven't been able to, they've been sinking fast. I don't think Judge is coming back this month. I don't think Judge is not playing in the All-Star game. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't think Judge is coming back in August either. If Judge can come back for a ramp up in September and play through October, let him heal, because they're gonna be a wild card team. The division still seems a little bit of a stretch. It's not lost yet. But like maybe Judge is back for that last series against Tampa. But Judge is now considered, not even considered, Judge is now bona fide injury prone as a player. But the bone is going to heal. He'll be able to come back and play. And they just got to figure it out without him. And they got to make some moves at the deadline. And I mean, it just sucks. He's another year older. And this is my nightmare with these guys, with Stanton, with Judge, with Cole. Like, this window is closing fast. And there's a weak American League. And, yeah, they could get to the World Series through this weak American League, but come on. Okay, so here is what I wanted to play. So much was made about this stupid-ass gesture. So much was made about Aaron Judge, and you guys can see it. I'll make it bigger for you. Aaron Judge was in the dugout signaling to the Rays bullpen as the Yankees put up a career-high 6 runs on Drew Rasmussen. Okay, now everybody has seen it, and if you're listening on the podcast, he does the arm signal for the bullpen, like take him out, take the starter out. Here's what I'll say. Does it give off amateur hour, Bush League, beneath Aaron Judge type of vibes, and also remind you of Judge having the boom box during the ALDS in 2018 when they won one game against the Red Sox and he's playing Frank Sinatra walking out and it's like, yo, Judge, you're supposed to be the captain. You're supposed to be Jeter-esque. You're supposed to be above that. Yes, it does give you some of those type of vibes, but who freaking cares? Who cares, bro? They needed something, anything. And against all odds, they were able to get to Drew Rasmussen. This guy can't play, and I know it's killing him. I know it is killing him to not be able to lead this team. Also, some of you forget that there is consistent beef through the years against Tampa. Going back to CC Sabathia, that's for you, right, with Austin Romine. I don't care if Judge is doing that. Now, you know who should care? Drew Rasmussen. He should take it personal. He should keep that in his notebook for when he does face Judge. But like Judge being involved in that type of way, Judge can't do anything else. Is he supposed to go sit in the corner of the dugout and not be happy that the team was successful against a pitcher that has dominated them? Like, the people just find anything to complain about, anything to talk about. Like, I saw somebody complaining about Jackson Chourio batting left-handed against a position player the other day. I'm like, if we did not have social media, if we did not have these loser, nerd-ass people that can get on a platform and just have enough followers and engagement where like that makes them think they're valid. It's like, your opinions are so stupid. Who cares, bro? That nobody was hurt by Judge. It doesn't mean anything. He didn't even say anything. He made a signal, right? And that was a signal that the manager had to make, Kevin Cash. I think it's all in fun. It's in the spirit of competition. Judge can't compete right now. I had no issue with it. But it seems like so many people did. Let's hit the chat real quick before we go to a couple things on the Mets. But that's it for me with the Yankees. I will go more in depth on the Yankees, Austin Wells, Trent Grisham and Ryan McMahon, and how much has been made about what they make and how important they are to this team just from this little stretch that they've been back. I'll talk about the catching position, right? You know, that's another thing that Cashman said. Clearly, catching is an issue. Like, I will get into that more on WFAN, but I don't have that much time to do it right here. I do want to check the chat, though. NYC Knight says, "What's up, twin?" I hate when people say that twin stuff. I don't know what you look like, boss. We're definitely not twins, but what's good? Yankee girl in here says, "Go Yankees." NYC Knights says, "Go Yankees." NYC Knights 11. Keith, you think the Yankees win the division? If I had to bet on it today, no. But it's not lost. DBM in here says, "We in here. What's good?" Allison, happy birthday. Allison said, "It's my birthday, July 16th. I love you, Keith. Appreciate it. Happy birthday." She also said, "What will happen to Judge next year?" He'll be locked out like everybody else. Allison also says, "Do you think Aaron Judge is going to be the same after he gets injured?" I think he can return to form. He's Judge. He's Superman. I think he can play through injury, but they're going to use kid gloves on him. They don't want it to be worse. And Allison also asked, "Do you think the Yankees will win the division?" If I had to bet $1 or $1,000 on it today, I would not bet that based off of what we've seen. They won one game yesterday to split the division or split the series. Trust me, it has not gotten me to the place that I need to be with the Yankees. They've been so bad. They've been so bad. The Lone Silencer, hello, Keith, checking in to your PM to PM. Let's effing go. PM to PM, KM to AM, PM to PM. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I will do the KM to AM on the Fan tomorrow night. The Mets. Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. You know what's funny? Firing the manager seems to have worked. Oh, man. Firing the manager worked. You should have done it so much sooner. Who would have thought? What a brilliant idea. Don't look now, but like the Mets seem to have a different fight in them. The Mets seem to have found ways to win games. They fire Mendoza, and they go out there and they take the series from the Kansas City Royals, and then they split the series with the Braves. And don't look now, they've won 4 out of their last 5. And they will face the Red Sox coming up here. I did see something about the Boston Red Sox and their plane getting held up. Do I have that in here? I do. Stuck in Chicago, developing story from SNY. The Red Sox scheduled to play the Mets at Citi Field, currently still in Chicago after finishing their series last night against the White Sox. They had some plane issues, but I believe I checked that story earlier, and I think that's all sorted now. I think they're good. But, that type of stuff works in the favor of the Mets. Here's what I'll say about the Mets. Juan Soto is looking like the best hitter in baseball. AJ Ewing and Carson Bench, those young guys got it. There's your outfield right there. Soto is still got to, lock in and field the ball and hustle and make plays. But he makes up for it at the plate. Like I said, he's looking like the best hitter in baseball. Those 2 baby Mets, those 2 kids, that is what Mets fans are rallying around. Sean Manaea has pitched better. Alvarez seems like he's locked in. He's fighting. A couple other guys. The season is lost as far as getting to the postseason. But now you're looking at what you have. They're mixing and matching talent. You're seeing random guys get called up, random guys go down. Dan Hammer, Xavion Curry. I don't know what the hell they were doing with the Matt Singlinger story. I know he's a local kid. They called him up. He got shelled. He got rocked. And that was a loopy game against the Royals, and he got sent right down. So that was supposed to be a feel-good story that got ruined very quickly. I don't know exactly what Stearns is trying to do. But as they approach the deadline, they need to sell. Sell. I think Luke Weaver is going to be a high-ticket item. I think people are going to want Freddie Peralta as well. Don't give me this, we plan on competing next year. Next year is a long ways away, and we don't know exactly what next year is going to hold as far as how many games are going to be played or if they're going to lock out or whatever. They should be selling off. They should try and figure it out. Shout out to Bo Bichette, too, who's figured it out some. Like, if you're a Met fan, like now that they fired the manager, I think these games have been more watchable because they're competing and there's little things that you're looking for and hoping to see. You were probably hoping to never see Mark Vientos at first base again. Well, Mark Vientos is now going to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a fractured hand. And so that probably takes him off of the trade market. I don't think anybody would be trading for a guy that can't play. I don't know. I just think all in all, back to what I said to start this thing, firing the manager worked. Firing the manager should have been done. So that's it for the MLB talk with the Yankees and the Mets. The last thing I have here for the MLB conversation is about the Home Run Derby. I'll see you guys out there in Philly on Tuesday night. I'll see you guys out there at Citizens Bank Park. 2 Phillies are now going to compete in it. That is Bryce Harper and also Kyle Schwarber. And in their home ballpark, they should be hitting bombs. Harper already has won one, if you recall him doing that for the home team in D.C. And now Kyle Schwarber is going to join him. Ben Rice is going to be in it. And so is Junior Caminero, who you saw get one off the Yankees yesterday, Jack Caglione, Wilson Contreras, Jordan Walker. And I saw what's Joe Girardi's like niece's name that she does the play-by-play, not play-by-play. She does sideline reporting for the Colorado Rockies. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. I'm not paying any attention to you guys on Instagram. I see Brian says, "You the man, Keith, miss you on the fan on the regular. I'll be on tomorrow night." KK Onji, KM to AM for life. Appreciate you. I'm going to end this live on Instagram. If you guys want to continue watching the show, move over to Twitter, move over to YouTube. All right, so that's done on Instagram. I forget her name. I think her name's like Julia Girardi. Let's see, Colorado Rockies Girardi. Gianna Girardi. She's pretty, so she's big on Instagram. If you're a pretty girl, how are you not big on Instagram? If you're a pretty girl, how do you not have 50,000 followers? Like, honestly, I see these girls on Instagram, and when I have more followers than some of these pretty girls on Instagram, I don't get it. I'm like, what are you doing wrong? Anyway, she had a story about Hunter Goodman, who is the catcher from the Colorado Rockies, saying that he wants to compete in the home run derby, but they're not showing him any love. So I think they should give him the nod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. He should be the last one. They're looking for 8. So that's all I've got. Again, if you're watching, I got the itchy nose in this room, and it's crazy. Like I said, I think it's from my cat's kitty litter. There's something in there. The chemicals come up that I'm reacting to allergically. I'm not allergic to my cat. I am allergic to cats. But, man, that always happens to me here. All right, let's move on. So that's it for the MLB talk as I check through my notes. Oh, I did want to show you guys the home run derby chain. We remember Pete Alonso rocking that home run derby chain. I think this will be cool. I'm very much looking forward to the home run derby. I feel like the home run derby is the best skills competition in all of sports, right? 3-point contest is cool. Dunk contest is cool. But this is really it. So this is the new home run derby chain that they're going to give to the winner. And it's got the Liberty Bell. It's got like a disco ball on it. I think it's dope. I think it looks cool. So I'll be down there in Philly. If you're down in Philly, hit me up. I'll be linking up with people all 3 days there. Sunday is MLBX. I'll be at that and the Futures game. Monday is the Home Run Derby. Tuesday is the game. I'll be doing some stuff at the Mitchell and Ness store, hosting their TikTok live stream, showing their jerseys and their merchandise. And then, I think I'm going to try and get into the Players Alliance party, the Fanatics party, all that type of stuff. So if you're in Philly, hit me up and we'll link. KP says, Keith, for the All-Star, you putting on your media hat? Somewhat. I'm down there as myself and media. It's both. I tell people all the time, like in modern day media and social media, you can be a neutral media member, but also like people know who you are. People know I'm a Yankee fan. I'm down there to see Ben Rice and Cam Schlittler and hopefully Belly does his thing and whatever. But I am a member of the media. I'm on the radio. I'm on the TV. I do this on YouTube. I do social media. I am blessed that I have found ways to work in media, social media, new media, fan-made media, and traditional media. All right, so that's it for the MLB conversation. Let's quickly hit some NBA stuff, and we'll kind of get this show on the road in the next 25 minutes.
It's the Keith McPherson Show.
Yeah. NBA talk. Where should we go with the NBA conversation first? Go New York, go. Yeah. Speaking of being a neutral media member, I think I wore that hat well through the entire Knicks run. And I'll put that hat on again. Because what they have done is masterful here. Boom. Jordan Clarkson, the free agent, has agreed to a 1-year, $3.9 million deal to return to the New York Knicks. So, the Knicks are bringing everybody back. Except for Mitchell Robinson. And they got Andre Drummond. And don't let them get Valanciunas. I mean, that's a rumor out there. Jonas Valanciunas, they might be able to get him. The Knicks are playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. They are running back a championship team, and why wouldn't they be the favorites? Definitely the favorites in the East. And I'll say this will be my Knicks take. Maybe we'll clip this up. The Knicks being able to stay under that second apron and bring back 95% of the team, it's masterful. And you can't tell me that this cohesive unit that has now been through the battles year after year after. This will be their third year together, plus these guys that were just joining them last year, like Mike Brown's second year, like they're going to be good. They're going to be at the top of the league. We are living in a world where the New York Knicks are the reigning champs and they might be the favorites to win it again. Insane to me. Insane to me. I'm not going to hate on it. I ain't no Knicks fan, and you know that, but I'm also not a big-time hater. I love sports. I love sports stories. I love the city of New York, and I'm happy for y'all that, you stay down till you come up. You stay down till you come up, and look at you now. You Knicks fans are walking around in your championship gear, and you have a team that could potentially go back-to-back. Speaking of the team, the Knicks finals jerseys were just auctioned off by Sotheby's. Am I pronouncing that right? Sotheby's? I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but who cares? Bro, Jalen Brunson's jersey went for over $1 million. $1,024,000. OG Anunoby's jersey went for $500,000 plus. Karl-Anthony Towns' jersey went for $500,000 plus. Josh Hart's jersey goes for $89,600. Mikal Bridges goes for $70,004. Like, you New Yorkers in New York, when it comes to these New York Knicks, you guys got money to blow. God bless you. God bless you. I don't think I love any athlete or team enough. I could be Richie Rich. I could be Daddy Warbucks. I could be Steve Cohen. You know what I mean? I could be Rockefeller. There's nothing in sports memorabilia that I would want that much to put that much money on. $1 million for the game-worn jersey? Congrats. Congrats to the New York Knicks. And I can't say congrats to the Spurs, but this just came up on my feed this week. And I didn't quite get it, but I kind of understand it now. I'm sure you've seen this story too. When I first saw it, I'm like, why is this news? And then after a while, I'm like, oh, all right, copy. I got it. Now this won't load for me. Oh, yeah, here it is. This Jacob Toby cat, I feel bad for the guy. And then I'll speak a little more on it. Jacob Toby, the Spurs announcer, is out after cheating accusation. So his girl of 6 years. One, fellas, let's go through some steps here, fellas. First things first. And let me make myself a little bigger here. First things first. First things first, bros. Why does your girl have any way to get into your Instagram, especially if you're cheating? Especially if you're cheating with the sister of a player on the team that you cover. Bro, you guys are not low at all. What I mean by low is you're not on the down low. You're not low key at all. To think that you could get this off, check out what his girl put on his Instagram story. She wrote, "This is my girlfriend of 6 years, but I cheated on her with Lauren Waters. So feel free to continue following me if you really think I'm a good guy, because I'm not," like clearly written like a girl. So what I came to find out, right? Jacob Toby gets fired. He exits the Spurs broadcast after this, Instagram post alleged that he had an affair with a player's sister. Now, I mean, they can terminate you for any reason, but I guess like this is something that was frowned upon or they didn't want going on, but whatever. People cheat all the time. I just think people are stupid. It's one thing to cheat and lose your relationship of 6 years. I'm assuming you were living with her, so you messed up your household where you live. Dumb. But then to lose your job over it, buddy, and now that's stamped on your forehead? Couldn't be more dumb. Couldn't be more dumb. For what? For a little bit of the pom-pom? Crazy, bro. There ain't none worth that. Nothing worth losing your house and your job over. But you dudes take L's like that all the time. And I don't know how many times I've done this conversation. I did this conversation around Tony Clark. I did this conversation, the Michigan coach, Sharon Moore. We always got to do these conversations about dudes in power losing their power and losing their mind over the power of the I'm trying to keep this a children's program. I'm trying to keep this PG. Let's move on to something more PG. Cupcakes. I'll say that, cupcakes, as we're doing this NBA conversation here. Full Court Pass writes, the cupcake lady who broke the news of LeBron returning to Cleveland in 2014 has resurfaced with new LeBron James intel. She says LeBron is coming back to Cleveland and he's bringing Bronny and Draymond. So on Pokey Fresh, Ohio, Caroline's Cupcakes wrote in the caption, hey guys, I've got it on good authority that not only is LeBron coming back to Cleveland, but he's bringing Bronny and Draymond with him. If you don't believe me, you can Google Caroline's Cupcakes plus LeBron to check my credentials. This ain't my first rodeo. If you know type. I added the type, but yo, LeBron should go back to Cleveland. Makes perfect sense to me. I know some people are talking about the fit and not fitting with that team, but LeBron, you can fit LeBron on any team, especially at this later stage in his career. He'll play any role. He'll play any role. So as we do wrap up this NBA talk here, and I was speaking on the Knicks tonight. The Knicks got to deal with something. Yup, you guessed it. You guessed it. Tonight, the New York Knicks in the Summer League got to deal with your Brooklyn Nets. Mikel Brown Jr., 6 p.m. on the Gotham Sports app and Amazon Prime, baby. Let's see what these young Knicks got. Let's see what these young Nets got. Is the future now? I don't know. I don't know. I also don't care. I won't be watching. Like I said, after this, I'm on my way to Mitchell and Ness. If you guys are on TikTok, go to Mitchell and Ness TikTok. Check in with me on the live stream. Come through, cop some merch, some authentics, some throwbacks, some different jerseys. But last but not least, as we complete this NBA conversation, the number 1 overall pick. I know you saw him, even if you don't care about Summer League. I didn't see it live, but you could not dodge the highlights. They were gassing it. It's Summer League, bros. I know he's like that. But AJ DeBansa versus the Jazz in his Summer League debut last night, 27 points, 7 of 18 field goals, 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, 7 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. They said he had a little calf issue, but people are saying we've seen enough. Shut him down. Here's the highlights. They were saying he's like a 6'10" SGA, and look at how he gallops and finds space. His first bucket, like that's going to be played over and over again.
He's been able to navigate at least to the cup that time. To the cup, does a nice job using the rim as a little protection.
I'm not going to play all these highlights just for time's sake. But yeah, a lot of people were raving over his performance in Summer League against a bunch of other randoms. But the thing was, he wasn't playing against all randoms. He was playing against Darren Peterson, who went number 2 to the Jazz. And clearly he stole the show and proved why he was supposed to be the number 1 pick over him. And as you see him and 1 there, that's why they're saying he's SGA. Contact, bucket, falling on the ground. All right, we've seen enough. AJ DeBansa, the number 1 overall pick of the Washington Wizards, has people thinking that the Washington Wizards are going to absolutely compete. I think so. I think they've got the talent to. But we're a long ways away from that. That's all I've got on the NBA conversation as we proceed to give you what you need. Let's move it along here on.
It's the Keith McPherson Show.
On the Keith McPherson Show, we got to hit a couple things in the NFL, right? In the National Football League. What can I say here about... If you've been watching YouTube, my YouTube specifically, from the show that I was doing April, May, and June to now, I've been pretty much chronicling these incidents in the offseason with guys like Rashee Rice, Nolan Smith, Justin Jacobs. I'm blanking on the names. Not Justin Jacobs, the running back from the Packers. Packers running back Josh Jacobs. Excuse me. I'm thinking of all these, criminals in the NFL, guys that have committed crimes. Jonathan Cooper. I hate to see it because, like I said, these are all young black men that are rich and successful with way too much time on their hands. But it just keeps going. So, we hear about Geno Smith this week. And I know it's little things like traffic violations, but they lead to more. We heard a couple weeks ago, right? Like this woman put out videos on him and said that he did this and that. It's not a good look. Geno is coming back to New York, and Geno Smith is trying to make a good impression second time around. And the Jets have to win games, and the Jets got to get this stuff going. So, we go from the video at his house where the woman saying Geno beat my ass. And then now Geno was pulled over for speeding a few days ago, doing a 70 and 45. It's whatever, but he failed to produce an ID in Broward County. It's just negative off-season headlines. But you know what? The Jets don't care. Small fries to the New York Jets, because the New York Jets will never mind that. The Jets are one of the teams interested in Terrion Arnold, who we also have been speaking about on this YouTube channel. Terrion Arnold, who, he's facing life in prison. It's not going to happen, but Adam Schefter reports former Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold took a physical in Houston on Thursday for the Texans and is scheduled to visit 2 more teams next week. And then it was reported that the Jets are among the teams showing interest, along with the Colts and the Seahawks. So Jets are like, come on down, buddy. We need cornerback help. We're not worried about it. Geno, Terrion Arnold, these things happen. We need football to start. I know I felt like I needed it because I'm watching the Yankees lose every night, and I'm like, I need something else to get my mind off of, strikeouts and guys getting rocked. And I need football in a bad way, and we're close. We are super close. We're about 11 days out from rookies reporting to camp. But when I say that these players need camp to start because it's just trouble. Now, this didn't go on recently, but now it's come to light. Stefon Diggs, brother, come on down. Once again, Stefon Diggs started off this offseason with his cook, who, he got cleared of those charges. But let me see. I think I spelled his name wrong. Stefon Diggs. No, they spelled his name wrong. This is the top thing that comes up, but it's got the video. Man, I will read this. I will play a little bit of this, and then we will leave it at that. Stefon Diggs is looking for a team right now, right? And that'll segue me into my last thing with another wide receiver looking for a team right now. Stefon Diggs, watch this video here. Stefon Diggs' male sexual assault accuser claims he turned over text evidence in a fight with NFL star. So you see the brother right there in the hat, right? And let me scroll back up so you can see what happens to this brother in the elevator. Yikes. The goons, he sent the goons to get him. Wow. All right. What goes on? Seems like a lot goes on. Seems like, Cardi B has moved on from Stefon Diggs. He fumbled that. He's trying to find a team. And it was funny because somebody was just saying, well, maybe Stefon Diggs to the Commanders is the move. I think some people are going to chill on that. Every year there's a new crop of wide receivers that come in from college. Young guys that are fast, that can catch and make plays, and they don't have all this baggage and all of these issues. Well, here's the latest. Speaking of the Commanders and guys with issues, I have been, talk about chronicling the Brandon Ayuk situation. I have been documenting this and following this because this is sad. Like, this is a guy who got all this money from the 49ers and then quit on them. And now he's just been putting videos out on social media. It doesn't help. And I think he burned his bridge with Jaden Daniels, his former college quarterback at Arizona State. And I don't know if you guys saw the video with him talking about Jaden Daniels, stop running behind your mom. But, like, this type of stuff is just bizarre at this point, bro. Here's Ayuk's latest video. Wakes up, puts the Commander's hat on, puts another Commander's hat on. I don't know what's up with bro. To be honest with you, to still doing this came out today. The thing about Ayuk and me saying that I think he burned his bridge with Jaden Daniels is some people said, oh, no, this is all just one big troll and that Jaden Daniels is in on it and this is all to get him released. And no way. Jaden Daniels is not that type at all. And Jaden Daniels, speaking of Jaden Daniels' mom, Jaden Daniels' mom doesn't play that. So for Ayuk to, have the video where he says, stop running behind your mama and all this other stuff. Here it is. I just think he's burned a bridge with one place that it seems like he really wanted to go and a quarterback that he wanted to play with. Why would they sign up for this nonsense? Why would they sign up for this right here?
Five gonna text me talking about something. You on my team now. You follow my rules. Boy, I'm a grown-ass man, boy. You gonna have to start running behind your mama, and I might believe what you talking about. But until then,
And the troubling thing about it as well, and multiple people have said this, every time he puts out one of these videos, he's by himself. And in this one, he has a drink. And it's not Gatorade. It looked like a little wine glass without the stem. So, I don't know. That's all I've got, folks. Let's hit the chat and see what you've got before I get up out of here. Again, I'm doing a show on WFAN Saturday night after the Yankees game where I can expound on more of these things with the Yankees and the Mets. I'll also talk about the Giants more, the Jets more, the Knicks more. Just wanted to get a quick hour in here for the podcast, for the YouTube channel, episode 3 of what is now newly named The Keith McPherson Show. Got some good meetings and conversations coming up with that. I am going to Planet X Studios this weekend. I am going to Elevate Studios next week. So we have some studios that are interested in hosting, producing this show. I obviously am right here in the McPherson brand studio from home where I've got the lights, the camera, the microphone to do what I need to do. But I've got bigger dreams for this thing. And to compete in this oversaturated market and industry of sports talk and YouTube and podcasts, you got to try and go for it. And I'm definitely going to try and go for it and replace the production company that I had on the last show with another production company. So stay tuned for that. All the good folks that support me, that rock with me, that like what I do, that like what I bring to the table. Maybe you like my voice. Maybe you like my story. Maybe you like my takes. I like that you like that. So I got more that I will bring your way, and I think I can do it in a better way. So back to the chat we go. NYC Knights has been spamming the chat, and I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit like if you're watching on YouTube like he is. That helps the algorithm as well. Before I close everything out here, let's see what he said. He said the Knicks will repeat. You should film an episode there. Film an episode where? Oh, while I'm at All-Star? I might bring the webcam and the little camera I got and do an episode in my room on Monday. Let's see. Shout out to KP. NYC Knights. Keith, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I've been a fan since Alex Smith and like them because of Travis Kelce. So you think I'm a bandwagon? Let me know. Nah, and I don't care about people being a bandwagon. I don't care about people being a front runner. You're supposed to want to roll with the winners. You get into this stuff to win. Nobody looks at the worst team and says, yeah, I want to be a fan of that team. Yo, you guys hear this right now? This is my cat going in right now. She has to be in here, and she has to be loud. And again, my nose is itching because of that kitty litter for sure. I am a front runner. I am a bandwagon. I think we all are if you didn't inherit your teams. Nobody passed their teams down to me. I picked teams that were winning. I wanted to be a champion. I got into sports, watching sports, and the coolest thing to me was the championship. And so I wanted to go on that ride and that feeling. And I have seen my NBA team win. No, not the Nets, the Chicago Bulls. I have seen my NFL team win. And I don't know what NFL team I'm going to start repping because me and my son got to pick one. But when I started watching football, I became a stupid Dallas Cowboys fan. I saw him win. I have seen my Major League Baseball team win 5 times. I don't remember the early ones as much, but I certainly remember 2009. My hockey team, the Devils, won a bunch when I wasn't watching hockey. But I remember them winning. I would love to see them win again. And, we will win again. The Keith McPherson Show, episode 3. Thanks for everybody that is watching here, that is listening on the podcast. Shout out to Jules. It says, I can't wait to see you for All-Star stuff. Yeah, it's a baseball festival going on in Philadelphia. Appreciate you guys. Shout out Allison as well. That's all we've got. Hit like on the way out. And as always, stay blessed, stay up, and stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. I am out of here.
Girl, let's get real. Some pads are just diapers with a good PR team. But not the new Kotex BioCare. That's because Kotex BioCare helps defend against odor and irritants. And it's the first and only pad with this pH proactive system that helps optimize the pad's pH. Just think of it as self-care for down there. Check out Kotex.com for more details on the all-new Kotex, completely redesigned to meet your needs. You asked, we heard.